just call old people. That's the majority of the American economy is calling old people and terrifying them, screaming at them, telling them they're going to lose everything, but you have to give me, or you have to pay for this stuff. I remember after Hurricane Sandy, there was a call center in Long Island where I knew a comic who was working at it, where their job was to call old people and tell them that the government, FEMA, had given them too much money and they had over-improved their houses. And FEMA wanted some of it back. This is true. And the people in Long Island lined up to do it because they're amoral. They have no morality. So they would call. Now, this is kind of a war. We have the best soldiers in the world at that war. The war of just calling an old person and go, hi, how are you? Is this Mrs. Donnelly? Yes. Now, do you remember when you got, I believe it was $92,000 from FEMA to make improvements to your house? Well, yes, I do. It was very hard, but we did it. Yeah. FEMA actually looked at their records. You only should have gotten about $60,000. You owe us $30,000. Literally, they were doing that to people. And she goes, what? What are you talking about? You'll lose your house if you don't come up with a payment plan. But this is how sick people are. Those people that are willing to do that, they're willing to call elderly people and demand money back. You cannot put them in a war zone. Do you understand? You can't put them in a situation where we have not trained Americans to do that. We've trained Americans. In a war zone, you have to just not, you have to go like, you have to listen to the general and you can't ask questions. You got to listen to your superiors. Americans are not built like that. They're built to not, they will listen to people and they will carry out orders with it only if they can identify their self-interest in it immediately. Only if. If Americans are not, because, and God, the great Ray come, we've said it many, many times, and I'm going to say it again. It's why we cannot have a draft. We are a nation of fat cowards, and there is nothing where it's okay to be cowards or it's okay to be fat, but there's nothing worse. Do you know how demoralizing it is to watch fat people run away from a battle? Do you know how demoralizing it would be on the world stage to watch fat people abandon and go AWOL and run away from a battle, which they would do in mass? If Americans cannot identify their if you want Americans to be in a war, you got to make it a business where they can get money and real money. You have to make it an entrepreneurial activity. It's not going to work if Americans cannot identify. The thing that Israel's done brilliantly is everything's it's Israel, it's us. They have a little ethno state over there, meaning that I know that they're well, there's some Arabs living there peacefully too. Yeah, it's primarily about the Jews. And there's nothing wrong with that, but that's what it's about. So everybody there is it's for Israel. My friends that are Israeli and they're Jewish, it is Israel. They go on birthright when they're young. They hook up with a chick. They have fun. They have a great relationship to Israel because they consider it like part of their home, and they will fight for it and they will die for it. Like New Jersey, you know what I mean? But let's just America. We've not been trained with that mentality, we're all in it together. We're not in it together in America. We have not been, that hasn't been, we're not really Israelis truly believe that Israel is their home and they're willing to die for their home. There's something very beautiful about it. It's very old school. There's a lot of honor there. Americans believe we're here, but we're here and we're all kind of also competing with each other. And we also need to defeat other people to have the good American experience. Like, we need to kind of get over on these people, and we need to see these people as a problem. And what tends to happen is we just don't have the same experience as, like, Jewish people in the state of Israel, right? Like, who are really ready to fight and die for it. That's why people will sacrifice everything and make the great sacrifice for Israel. But in America, that's just not. I'm just imagining, like, a draft and, like, Chris DiStefano calling me. And he's like, "What's up, bro? I don't like this." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't like it either. What? He's like, "Bro, like, I love America, but what's the deal with this bullshit?" And I go, "Yeah, me too. I'm trying to buy, like, Trevor Noah's car. Where do we got to go die? Like, it just isn't. Here's the deal. Countries make deals with people. The deal Israel made with its citizens was like, we've got this beautiful paradise you're all a part of. And you're born Jewish, you're in it, but you got to sacrifice for it. Okay? America's deal with people is just kind of just like, hey, you're here, shut up a little bit. Shut up a little bit. Don't ask too many questions about why the news doesn't really make sense. Don't ask why this is what it is. Just kind of go with it. Let us do what we do. We play the songs. We do the stuff. We'll do the football games. We do the flyover. You show up. It's all good. We're not going to really ask you to go out and lay your life down for it. We're going to let people kill you in our country. That's going to happen. Everyone has the right to kind of be whoever they want here. You can have a gun. You can kind of do whatever. You could go insane. We're going to experiment on some of you. Some of you are going to, wash out of controversial, weird programs. We're going to put you right back. We'll put you right back in general population. We're going to try to brainwash some of you in experiments. And after that, we just keep it fun here. It's going to be fun. Yeah, we're going to watch some of the people that wash out of these controversial government programs. We just throw them right back into the mall, see how it works. And they can have guns. And we'll see what happens. We're going to let people call you and rob you over the phone. If you're not slick, there's going to be guys telemarketing trying to convince you that you need to pay for X, Y, and Z. It's a total, like, that's what we do here. You got to survive in America. The war is here. The war is home for you. And we're going to open the borders up. And we're going to let everybody come in because rich people want maids and nannies and landscapers. And, like, some other people might come in. They might not be great. And if you live in a bad neighborhood, it might make things worse. We don't know. We don't really know. We're going to bring drugs in because we got a narco state on our border. We don't know how that happened. But Mexico's a narco state. We can't do anything about it. It's just weird. And there's all these illicit streams of money that come out of there that we're going to use to fund wars in other countries, and that's going to poison those countries against us. And then we're going to take in some of those people, and they're going to go to college here with you. And they might lock you in the library. It's just, but we're not going to ask you to go fight in a war because the fact that we've done all of these things has kind of made everyone schizophrenic and not know what the hell's happening. We don't know what this place is anymore and or what we are fighting for. So it's very hard to ask people to make the ultimate sacrifice for this country because we've kind of poisoned the well a little bit by treating them all as lab rats, like people we kind of experiment on. We go, we're just going to try a bunch of shit out. The American government does. We're just going to try a bunch of shit out, see what happens. Someone will make money. Don't worry. Someone will get rich. All of the things that are hot, someone will get rich. Someone will get rich. Might be you. But that's why it's very difficult to ask people to make a sacrifice. So I know people are getting angry about all of this death and chaos and carnage, but just believe you me, I don't believe that they're going to ask us to make any type of great sacrifice. It's just not what we do. It's not what we're about. Our job is to survive the war at home, the war that they keep bringing to us. The battleground is here. It's in the inner cities. You can see people walking all over the place. They're on fentanyl. They're on drugs. The governor of California is meeting with the president of China. The president of America is talking about the Ukraine. He's got a speech about the Ukraine. But on Kensington Street in Philadelphia, veterans who fought in our wars are dying on fentanyl in front of everybody. So really what you see is this is just a situation. We've got a bunch of lab rats, and we're seeing what happens. Let's see if they grow their fur back. We don't know, but they're not coming to us, and we don't have to go die somewhere else. We've got good machines to do that. We've already got a military of people that some of them are very brave and incredibly honorable. Some of them just want to kill. It doesn't really matter. Either or, it's all good. It's all works. We've already got one. We got enough people, and as things get worse, we'll probably get more people. Now it's hard. Many of them are getting too fat. They're not happy that a lot of the military's fat now, or that it's harder and harder to get people in the military because we have Google, so people kind of know what's going on. And or the fact that they're trying to do military recruitment videos with Dylan Mulvaney, who's trying to explain to you how important it is for you to go fight so that people in the Ukraine can enjoy Bud Light. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's harder and harder to get people into the military, but they'll get enough people in there. You don't have to worry. They're not coming to you. Your job is to die at home. It's America. Your job's to die here, at home, in front of your family. That's your job. The economic engine of it. We didn't win World War II. Russian blood won it. Our industrial power run it because that's what we're good at. We're good at making money. That's our thing. So we don't need anybody. We need everybody here home at the call center. You got to go to the call center now. Go to the call center. That's what it is. That's why Bush after 9/11 said, hey, everybody, it's time to go shopping. Get out there and get a fucking panini press. Don't worry about it. We're going to figure it out. We got enough people to go there and kill. We need money. We need gobs and gobs of money, bags and bags of DuckTales gold, so that we can keep making these big machines that will deliver death to people and that you guys can stay home. You need to go to the call center now. We need to go to the call center. That's what you need to do. That's the American economy. And of course, I'm oversimplifying it. There's many types of call centers, but you know what I mean. That's the American economy. You have to do it. Your job's to die at home. That's what your job. Your job is to participate in this thing that we do, this American experiment, which has gone completely off the rails, but they don't want you honorably fighting a war somewhere. I mean, that's just not in the cards here. That's not what this place is designed for. It's just not what it's designed for. It's not. They want you to call the CIA on your neighbor who didn't vaccinate their kids so that they can take them away in the middle of the night. That is what this is. You should be a rat. You should rat on people, call people, make sure that you're willing to dime on your neighbors. Everybody's a threat here. Report them to the government. No cohesion. We don't want that. No, I'm an honorable soldier. Call the feds. Call them on your neighbor. They're using charcoal that's not regulated. Kill everybody. We don't want a brotherhood of honorable soldiers. This is not Band of Brothers. This is call the CIA on your neighbor because they're probably doing something wrong. It's just a different thing.